Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. May is Oregon Wine Month. Now I spent a lot of time on Washington wine. That's where I live. That's my home state. So I spent, I think, practically a whole month reviewing Washington wines. And, you know, I thought about this. I thought, you know, I really probably should conclude May with a couple of wineries from Oregon. They're our neighbors. I love Oregon. I love Oregon wines. I went to Pinot Camp a few years. I think it was 2016. I went to Pinot Camp, which is a special thing they do for people in the industry or in the media. And you go down and you get this like 2.5 day thing of just solid information about Oregon wine and what they're all about. We're going to look at a winery that was established in 1991, and it's King Estate Winery. They're a little further south in the Willamette Valley. They have over 1,000 acres of vineyards, and the cool thing about King Estate, and this I didn't know this until recently, they were certified organic in 2002, and they have become certified Demeter certified Biodynamic in 2016. Now, you know, I'm not always into all that stuff, but it's kind of cool because they don't really advertise it on a label. My guess is, and this is only a guess, but I've heard it from many different wineries that do this sort of thing, that if you call yourself organic, if you put it on the label, it really pigeonholes you, and sometimes, believe it or not, it can slow sales down, because then all of a sudden you focus on just this group of people that are organic, and just this group of people that are biodynamic. And that's, for me, that's really cool. I mean, to know that this winery is organically certified, they don't necessarily advertise it, but they are. That makes a big difference to me in a lot of ways. This is we're going to start off with the King Estate 2019 Oregon Sauvignon Blanc. I like their little motto here, and I'm going to try and read it. It's stewardship, something family and tradition. Stewardship, family and tradition. It's family owned. The King family owned it. It's kind of cool. I work for King's Market, which was started by a King family. Obviously not the same. Now, I don't know how many of you really care if a wine is organically grown or biodynamically grown. Let me know in the comments. Does that mean a lot to you? Sustainable. I love the carbon. You know, they don't have a big carbon footprint. That's very cool. I like that. You know, when they do that for the earth, it means a lot to me personally. You don't hear me talk about it a lot, but it does mean a lot to me. This rolls in at $20. Sauvignon Blanc from King Estates. Now, we're not going to go to their traditional. They're famous for their Pinot Noir. We'll probably do a Pinot Noir on the next episode, but these are very interesting wines from King Estate. I have a Sauvignon Blanc, a sparkling wine, which is fairly new for them, and a Rosetta Pinot Noir. So I'm very excited to do this episode. They have two types of soil down there in King Estate. They have bell pine soil, which is a marine sediment soil, very, very ancient. I think they say something like 12 million years of sediment, or dates back 12 million years. And then they have the famous Jory soil, which is volcanic, and we have some of that here in Washington State. But they have quite a bit of it down in Oregon. Their vineyards range in elevation from 700 to 1,100 feet. They have a nice diurnal swing from warm days to cooler nights, which is good for grape growing. Excellent for grape growing. The same thing in Washington State. Very pale in color, pale straw color there. A little bit of hay. I'm not going to put the white thing. You can see that. Very pale in color. Let's see what we get on the nose. I'm very picky about Sauvignon Blanc. I hope I'm not talking too fast, and I hope it makes sense about the organic biodynamic thing. Biodynamics is very interesting. It can, like I said, it can go real religious, or it can be kind of just the basics of biodynamic. You know, letting the wild animals run through the vineyards and they fertilize it themselves, and very natural type of farming, which is really cool. I know Sinkind Sailor, James Mantone, and Poppy, they do that up there, so in Washington State. So it's a cool thing. I love it when people take care of the earth. That means a lot to me. So on the nose I get a little bit of pear and apple and a little bit of melon. There's even a slight touch of peach coming through on this one. Yeah, let's see what we get on the palate. Solid Sauvignon Blanc. Now, I did this because I want to kind of stretch out a little bit. Oregon's known for Pinot Noir and Pinot Gris. I guarantee you King of States makes one of my favorite Pinot Gris. But they also make other things. Some things aren't commercially super successful, like Miller-Thurgau and things like that. I like Miller-Thurgau, but it's not one of those things you can put on the market. I can stack it in the store and boom, there it goes. Oh, I want that Miller-Thurgau. They do a lot of things in Oregon, but Sauvignon Blanc seems to be a direction a lot of wineries are going down there. This is a beauty. Good acidity, really fresh, solid, good balance. I get pear, melon, apple, and that peach component, slightly more white peach comes through on the backside of the finish. Now, my first thought on this wine is oysters, mussels, clams, that sort of thing. Shrimp, great seafood Sauvignon Blanc. 20 bucks, solid Sauvignon Blanc. Even getting just a slight hit of white pepper notes on the backside. The cool thing about this too is it has on the mid palate a little expansion of the melon and the apple notes, a slight pear come through, and then it finishes just bone dry, dries your mouth up. So this needs food. I love a wine that needs food. I do drink wine solo a lot, meaning that I just don't have food with it, but I do snack a little bit when I'm having wine, but I love it with a meal. And if you can have this, I had some great mussels not too long ago, and this would have been absolutely stellar with that. Nice finish. Even getting just a tiny hit of citrus on the backside. I'm going to go B plus on that Sauvignon. B plus, A minus. Solid Sauvignon Blanc. Now we're going to move on to, we're going to jump to the sparkling because I believe we should do that. I put the cap on it just because I didn't want it to fizzle out on me. Now we're not going to use what I normally would use as a flute with this. I'm going to use it in this glass. I love these glasses. I think they would work okay with this. This is the 2016, so it's a vintage sparkling wine, which is really cool. It's a Brut Cuvée, Willamette Valley, 2016 Method Champenois. So they do it in the traditional method. It rolls in at $38. It is 83% Pinot Noir and 17% Chardonnay. They didn't make a lot of it. I actually got a couple of cases for the store because I just want to get my hands on it. Now, Argyle is very famous for their sparkling wine in Oregon. They get a lot of awards. Argyle has really cool sparkling wines. So I'm excited to try this. This is their 2016, and it's $38, which I think is a fair price for a vintage sparkling wine. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little muted on the nose, at least with this glass. I'm getting a little bit of a slight nuttiness. Some citrus notes coming through. Yeah. Very golden color on this one as well. You can see that. Very golden in color. Well, not golden. Excuse me. Straw-like. Very straw-like in color. Though just a hint of gold. Sorry about that. Yeah, I get some apple notes. I'm getting some tropical fruit notes on it as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Oh, crazy, crazy. Tangerine, a little bit of apricot. I get a little bit hints of nuttiness, but not a lot. Very linear, very linear. So this will cut your tongue type sparkling wine. For those of you who like that style, which I love that style. Yeah, there's an interesting, there's citrus notes coming through, tangerine, citrus, a little bit of lemon. There's just a slight hit of nuttiness that comes through, and a little brioche, which I like. But extremely linear, which means it just cuts across your palate. Very, very dry, but very, very delicious at the same time. This could rival, just saying, I'm a big champagne guy, this could rival some of the champagnes that I've tasted from that region in France. Saying, it's very, very champagne-like. I love that kind of nuttiness that comes through with the citrus notes. Love this, I can't say champagne, Method Champenois sparkling wine from Oregon. It is stellar, stellar. It's still lingering on my palate. It's dry but delicious citrus notes and tangerine. Very excited about this wine. And just that essence of kind of nuttiness that comes through on the backside. Very cool sparkling wine, $38. Now, it reminds me a lot of some of the champagnes that range in that $40 to $60 range, easily. I prefer this over one of my favorite champagnes, Nicolas Feuillatte, which you guys probably are familiar with. I love that linear kind of cutting edge. I'm going to go straight up A on that. Solid, solid sparkling wine from King Estates, 2016. Show you the label again if I didn't. $38 is a fair price for the quality of that wine. Absolutely. Let's give it a little rinse here. Now we're going to go to the Rosé, Rosé Pinot Noir. A lot of Oregon wineries do the Rosé Pinot Noir. King Estates is one of them. This rolls in also at $20. King Estate 2020 Rosé Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley. Boom. Good. Let's see what we get on those. Definitely watermelon, strawberry, big time. Yeah, I'm getting strawberries and watermelon on this one. No bubble gum. Now this is a 2020. A lot of times you can get bazooka off a young rosé. They've avoided that on this one. A little bit of cherry coming through as well. Strawberry, watermelon, and cherry. Let's see what we get on the palate. Love this rosé. Love it. Watermelon, a lot of strawberry on this one. Just a hint of cherry and watermelon coming through on this. Good balance. Dry, good flavors, but dry. That is a good combination for a rosé. In fact, it's one of my favorite when you have good color and it's dry. Did I show you the label? I'm getting kind of weird here on the label showing. You're supposed to go click, click, click. Read the thing, show the label, talk about the wine. You know, I'm a little nuts that way. I get excited and I go off the board. Hope you don't mind. Finish is so dry, and that strawberry just dries out on the end. Love the balance on this. Good acidity, good fruit, good balance, long finish. Solid rosé. Now, are you a rosé snob? I'm really curious. I'm not going to use the word snob because that just sounds. I'm not trying to be negative on that one, but I guess there's no better way to say it unless you can think of. How concerned are you about the color of your rosé? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a little discussion in the comment section. I love comments and I love to answer those. Are you Do you judge a rosé by its color? Do you like acidic, dry rosé? Not acidic, but very dry rosé with good acidity? Are you more of a fruit-forward style rosé? How many of you out there like Tavel? Or do you even know about Tavel? I have to do a Tavel rosé episode. I really do. Those are some of my favorites. Now that would go with shellfish easily, salmon easily. It's complex enough. Now, you know, we talk about porch pounder wines, or some of my friends say PP wines, porch pounder wines. This is not a porch pounder because this makes you stop and think for a minute, which is really cool. Rosé is huge for me. I drink a lot of rosé year round. So I love rosé. I love this wine. I'm going to go B+, A- on this rosé. Very solid. King Estates, established in 1991. Biodynamic, certified organic, certified biodynamic. They don't put it all over their label. They just do it because that's what they like to do. Third generation family, the King family, love their wines. And seek them out. I mean, I know $20 isn't chump change. A lot of you like to find, but I mean, let's say it. Let's just say it. You go to Provence, you spend, you know, you'll spend $25 to $40 on a rosé. I've got quite a few Provence rosés. In particular, X, which is about $19, so around the same price. King Estate, great winery. Seek them out. You will not be disappointed. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I really appreciate your support. Getting close to 450 subscribers. The number doesn't really matter that much to me. Somebody that I admire said, one is better than none. And I live by that. I mean, just the fact that I have people that actually want to hear my content means a ton to me. But if you would like to, please subscribe to my channel so I can, you know, it's nice to know that you have a big audience out there. It really is. It makes me excited. It makes me really drive to do the episodes that I want to do. I post on Mondays and Thursdays normally, unless something comes up. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.